type of trauma as a kid? Because you did say you was the black sheep in your family.
Well, that happened later on because my parents were Pentecostals and they wanted me to be, a gospel singer, to...
Can you sing?
I can sing.
Yeah?
I can sing and I can dance because I was a go-go girl for 15 years. I danced all over Puerto Rico, and in Newark back in the 70s, we had a go-go bar everywhere in Newark.
You were saying that. You said it was underground.
Yes, they had the Bear Stadium, the Lincoln Hotel, that's not there anymore.
Right, I remember the Bear Stadium, though.
It's not there anymore.
Right, it's not there anymore.
There was a hotel next to it. It was called the Lincoln Hotel.
Right.
And it had a bar, a swimming pool, and that bar was called Zanzibar. And it was amazing.
Yeah. So it had go-go girls in there? And...
No, the go-go girls were across it, but they will go there with the dates. Like, do that. You ain't going to be dancing at my age now. You got to make it while because it's only... a certain
you only got a certain time of your youth. It's like
the boxer. He has his glory time. Then he gotta hang up the gloves and retire.
Right, and it's crazy because some females, I'm gonna choose my words right. Some females think that this lasts forever. Their youth, they're gonna get the same attention or they have the same attraction even when they surpass
now I don't have
late
it.
30s, 40s.
Now I'm over the hill way down the valley, but I feel young at heart.
Right.
And I try to keep up, with the modern, what's out there with the music. I'm back to the days where my music is unforgettable.
Right.
And me and Mrs. Jones, and God bless you. You make me feel brand new. But now I gotta be I like the way you work it. No diggity.
Right.
I got to give it up way. Because
have you had any traumatic situations happen out here on the streets with dates or just in general?
Yes,
talk about
people lower me down because they'll look at me and say, "Why would I give you $40 or $50, lady? When you're old, you see that girl over there? She'll do it for 2 bags of dope, and that will." And you're old, and she's like only 35, and that will. Not everybody will want an old lady, because why would you want to go out with an old lady when there are young ones out there? So I feel left out, so I gotta make an effort to look better, to look beautiful or sexy, because the competition is very tough.
Right, you're right. And
I'm a senior citizen.
How long have you been walking the streets?
I love you, Lucette and Christopher. God bless you. It's in your conscience. I cry every night because I don't know why my kids don't approve of me. And I try to be the best mother that I could. And I still love you. Mama loves you. You'll always be my children. I don't care what age you are. I'm your mama. And look at how it goes. I'll always love my mama. She's my favorite girl. I'll always love my mama. She brought me in this world.
Y'all, welcome to Jerseyzconcrete. Please hit that subscribe button. Please comment. Please like. And hit that notification bell right there on the subscribe button. Thank you guys for everything. Please support the channel. Hit the Cash App. Listen, it helps the channel out a lot. So, thank you again, guys. Alright, we'll see everybody. Today, man, we on Sherman and Miller Street. And today, man, we have, what's your name?
Estelle Maldonado, Puerto Rican, born and raised in Newark.
Okay, nice. North Newark or around here?
North Newark.
North Newark, okay.
It was the city hospital. Now they call it the university, but it's that chocolate building across the street. The big.
Yeah.
That used to be the city hospital back in the 50s and 60s, because I'm 66 years old, and look at grandma.
You looking good, girl.
Well, I take care of myself. I have diabetes. I can't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes, because all my pills say taken with food. Well, I can't. I don't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't do what the other girls do, but I have to come out here. The economy, COVID, inflation, it's really hard. You know, back in the 70s when I used to, because I was a go-go girl back in the 70s.
Oh, yeah?
We had bars all over downtown Newark, and all the streets were brick. Now they threw this cement later on top of it, but under the cement there's brick. This is why I'm born and raised in the brick city.
Wow. Okay, Brick City now for real, like from the ground, from the soil.
Yeah,
Newark all the way.
I went to school here. It
Oh,
was
yeah?
Summer Avenue School. It was Rafael Hernandez, Ballinger High, but we're talking about back in the 70s.
Right.
They used to have an airplane in front of the school. Now I don't know why they took it off.
Yeah.
But there was the airplane in front of Ballinger.
Okay, well, let's get in the car. It's getting kind of hot out here, so
Okay,
let's get in the car. We can talk.
Nice. All I want is the young people to be humble. If you have a goal, reach for it. Say to yourself, this will be mine. These are the leaders of our future. I don't understand why there's so much killing, drug overdose, when this shouldn't be like this. The grandparents are burying their young ones. I can't understand that. And it's so sad, you know. It's really sad. Every day I see this. Grandma got to bury her grandson because they shoot him in the corner.
Yeah.
Because some fight because of the corner street, because that spot belongs to me, and the streets belong to the city of Newark.
Exactly.
But
You don't own anything on. They don't own a house
no,
or.
this is my hood.
Right.
You can't sell it. I can't. If
And they put graffiti on it, the basically signature, this their area, and
King, Latin Kings. I don't know about gangs. I never been arrested because I don't sell them. I don't cook them. I'm an old lady.
Right.
When I was young, I used to go to the disco, have my little weed, my little coke, but that was then. Now
Yeah.
I'm old. I have grandkids, great grandkids, and still they don't approve of me, and I'm the black sheep of my family
Oh,
because
yeah?
they don't want me to dress like, Mommy, why don't you wear a skirt according, Mommy, why you dye your hair blonde? But I feel young at heart. Is it wrong to look pretty? But
No.
my kids are Pentecostal, and their religion is very strict. You're not supposed to do none of that.
Okay.
But I'm not Pentecostal. I'm Catholic. So,
But let's
it's
get in the
been a
car.
pleasure.
No.
Bye-bye.
Let's get in the car. Let's finish it off. Let's finish off the more. Come on. Back. All right. Okay. Looking nice. Okay, as usual. Let me zoom out. Let me see if that looks good. Okay. So you're from Newark, right? How was your childhood coming up? Your mom and dad.
Well, very good. My parents decided to come to the United States because I'm from Puerto Rico, a small island, but I wasn't born there because they wanted to have their children here to give me a better opportunity at 2 languages, because who gets the better jobs in the airport, let's say a motor vehicle, the court, a bilingual people,
Right.
because with the flow of so much Spanish-speaking people, immigrants, you got to know 2 languages.
Yeah, especially now.
Especially
It's
now.
beneficial a lot.
And in Puerto Rico, I wouldn't have been able to do that because people in Puerto Rico, they speak Spanish. Yeah, the basic in school, like window, door, but they will not be fluent like I am in both languages.
Right.
So I really appreciate that my parents came here, and I was born, and I am born and raised in Newark. So
Okay.
going to school, I went to school with, little black girls, little black boys, Puerto Ricans, because back in the 60s when I was in school, 70s, 80s, I'm a New Yorican. I'm a different kind of Puerto Rican because I'm from the hood. So my boyfriend would be a little black boy because they all like the little Puerto Rican girl.
Yeah.
So I have this little boyfriend, black boy, and his sister, my best friend. So they take me home to their mother, and the mother said, "Oh my God, Tashana, why you bring that little white girl here? We're gonna get into." And I told the lady, "Ma'am, with all due respect, I'm not white. I'm Puerto Rican, and your son is my boyfriend, and the girl is my best friend, and we're the same grade." And she said, "Oh, we're not gonna get in trouble. All right, Tashana. All right, y'all can play together for a while, but make sure she calls her mother and y'all walk." But she lives right across the street. And then my mother and their mother, they exchanged recipes, and it was a good friendship.
Nice. Also, even between your boyfriend, mom, and your mom, they end up
And the
great.
boy, and later on, well, of course, it was something from the childhood because he was in the 4th grade
Mm-hmm.
and I was in the 4th grade. It was like that first love, that crush, that puppy love.
Right.
But you always remember that.
Right. Oh yeah. You always remember
You
that.
never forget that. Your first boyfriend, your first kiss, you know?
Right. I understand. Yeah.
And that's beautiful.
Indeed.
So I'm blessed. I went to school here in Newark.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I went to Puerto Rico and I saw the island. It's just a little island,
Mm-hmm.
but Puerto Rico belongs, it's a colony of the United States.
Right.
And if Puerto Rico wanted to, they would become the 52nd state of the nation. But 4 million Puerto Ricans don't want to because Puerto Rico would lose their identity. We will be included in the American flag.
Right. And I kind of agree with that. Leave us out. I'd rather be our own
because
entity.
we got naval bases from the United States in Puerto Rico.
Right.
So Puerto Rico belongs to the United States. It's a colony.
Right.
But they have their own government. They don't have a president.
Right.
It's democracy, but it's elected by the people.
Right. Exactly.
It's not a government. And they have their own rules, but when a hurricane, the island is only 100 wide, 100 long and 35 wide. It's only a little island.
Right.
So you can't go there in train or in car. You got to fly there, or it's a ship, because we're in the middle of the ocean, and it's an eternal summer because we don't have the seasons, winter, fall. It's always summer in Puerto Rico.
Right.
The mango, the coconuts, all year round.
So, you didn't deal with any type of trauma as a kid, because you did say you was the black sheep in your family.
Well, that happened later on because my parents were Pentecostals and they wanted me to be, a gospel singer, to...
Can you sing?
I can sing.
Yeah?
I can sing and I can dance because I was a go-go girl for 15 years. I danced all over Puerto Rico, and in Newark back in the 70s, we had a go-go bar everywhere in Newark.
You were saying that. You said it was underground.
Yes, they had the Bear Stadium, the Lincoln Hotel, that's not there anymore.
Right, I remember the Bear Stadium, though.
It's not there.
Right, it's not there anymore.
There was a hotel next to it. It was called the Lincoln Hotel.
Right.
And it had a bar, a swimming pool, and that bar was called Zanzibar. And it was amazing.
Yeah. So it had go-go girls in there? And...
No, the go-go girls were across it, but they would go there with the dates, like to, reach the money, get their thing going, because the go-go places were all over, and the motel, well, it was a hotel. The hotel was right across the street. We're talking about the Lincoln Hotel back in the days. Google it up if you don't believe me.
I believe you.
And there was right downtown. There was across this store was called the Mirror Image, where I used to shop for clothes. There was Radio Shack. There was where the GameStop is, in that corner. There was a place where you played the games, the rides, right by the Paramount Theater. That was the place where you go to play the games, ride the cars, shoot the things.
Right, arcade. You'll go,
there.
Right.
And I remember all that. And back in the days when I was a dancer, it wasn't the CDs, it was the records. So when I heard that record, 78 Revolutions, to put it in the jukebox, I would hear, like, for example, when I heard, what's his name? Oh my God, Luther Vandross. And when he started that song, Never Give Up on the Good Thing. And when I heard Shaka Khan going like, Shaka Khan, oh my God, it ain't nobody, it ain't gonna hurt nobody.
And you used to dance to that.
Yes.
Go to that.
And Shalimar with the second time around.
Right.
And Lou Ross with You'll Never Find Another Love Like Mine.
You used to go to that song too?
But that would be the slow one.
Okay.
You have 4 records. The first one with your G string with your outfit. The second one more or less like provoking. The third one without the bra, and the fourth one naked. We're talking about places where only people over 21, they have a bouncer, they have somebody checking IDs. This is all because you can't have minors in these places.
Right.
To see these girls doing their thing, because it's a go-go bar, and they're dancing with the outfit, but then they take it off.
They take it off, right. So how old were you when you got into the go-go scene?
I was 17.
17.
I was a minor, but I decided to wear a lot of makeup, and my black hair dyed it blonde, and that's how I looked more like 18, 20,
right,
because they wouldn't hire me, because that would be a problem for the owner.
Yeah, for the owner,
having a minor, but you couldn't tell because I tried to put a lot of makeup, and the change of the hair, that made it look more years.
More mature.
More mature, and the experience with the dancing, the hustle, jazz, a little bit of everything. I do a little bit of everything in the kitchen sink.
Okay. And the picture you showed me, which I'm going to post in the video.
Yes.
How old were you then? You was
I was 18.
You was 18 then?
18 years old, and I was dancing all over Newark, all over Puerto Rico.
Damn.
And I used to be very, very beautiful. I had a beautiful body, beautiful face, beautiful figure, and
you still have all that.
I'm an old lady now. I'm 66 years old. I'll be 67. I'm over the hill, way down the valley, but I feel young at heart.
And you still holding up pretty well. You're 66.
Well,
unfortunately, you still look better than a lot of girls out here on it.
I have a medical history: diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, asthma. So the doctor tells me, Estelle, you cannot eat these greasy foods. You can't eat none of these McDonald's, Burger King. You got to be in a diet. So, Estelle, lettuce and tomato. And I said, what am I, a goat? Tuna and fish, what am I, a cat? And Estelle, the egg, only the white part. Why the fuck would I want the egg if I can't eat the yellow?
Right.
So I told the doctor, you know what's going to kill me? These diets. She said, well, listen here, Estelle Maldonado. This is what it is. If you have a stroke, half of your body will, you'll end up in a wheelchair. Well, if you follow the diet and take your insulin, you'll be good. So I want ice cream and cake, but I can't.
Right.
Everything got to be like insurance, diet,
Right,
and that is hard.
It is. It is for most of us.
The egg, not the yellow part.
Yeah.
Because it has cholesterol.
Right, the cholesterol.
And I got that problem.
Right.
So I cannot eat the yolk.
Right.
I can eat the white. I don't want the egg then. Because I like the yellow part.
So when did your parents find out about you in the go-go scene?
I told them.
Oh, you told them?
I told them that I wasn't going to be a gospel singer, that I wanted more, that I was interested in modeling, singing, dancing, and that I wanted to, because maybe I wasn't going to get famous, but at least I would make a lot of money, because a week, a go-go girl back in the days, it would be $800, $900 with the tips, and you could get a commission for the drinks. Like for the girl, the drink is $5. I would get $1. So I would have a drink here, a drink there, but it wasn't a drink. It was something like Kool-Aid or something, because I'm dancing with these heels, and if I fall, then I can't be drunk. So I would have a drink everywhere, and people are wondering, why am I not getting drunk? And it's I can't. It was for the commission.
Right.
So this is how it was.
So you was making $800 a day or a week?
A week.
A week.
But remember,
back in the 70s.
Back in the 70s, and remember the commission, the tips, they would throw your,
Right.
and put it to top it off after work. If you had a date, put in another 100, 200. It depends if the price is right.
Right. So let me ask you a question, because I even heard ex-strippers or go-go dancer, whatever you want to call it. They say that every dancer does cross the line into selling themselves to the two guys. She said 100% of them do it.
I didn't. I'm very delicate, and with me it could be one guy and two girls, two guys. No, and
but I can say, but you guys do
orgies. The other girls
no,
could do two girls because I'm bisexual.
Okay.
So I don't know, if I'm an error in the wrong body because I like girls, but things. I was born this way. I knew in an early age that I liked it, girls, and I couldn't say that to my parents. Back in the days, being gay was a no-no. Now it's very open. Now you can marry another woman, or a man can marry another man.
Right.
But this is now. Back in the days, that was a no-no.
Right. So, to answer to my question, do all go-go dancers do date outside of in your experience?
Usually, because if other than drinking,
Dancing.
they like a substance. Let's say they like cocaine, they like heroin or ecstasy or crystal meth, marijuana, etc., and they're not getting paid. It's the beginning of the week. They're gonna go for that. They're gonna go into prostitution because they want to be high.
Right.
After work.
Right.
Or during the week, but you're gonna get paid only once a week.
Right.
But you can work with your tips and stuff. But if you get the date, that will make it for you to have nice clothes, nice outfits, good perfume, a lot of makeup. Because being a go-go girl, you're dancing for a public in a stage, and your image. All these men are walking in these places, and they want to see a show. There goes the postman, the garbage man, the judge, the officer, the milkman, everybody.
Damn.
Because they go there to relax their mind, to drink, to take away. It doesn't mean that every gentleman that walk in these places is looking for sex.
Right.
Some just want to get the stress out of the office, have a quick drink, and look at the girl, and go back home to their wives. Of course, she ain't gonna know about it, but that's what they did.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So, but there is the one that's single or that does the fooling around, and that one is looking for pleasure.
Right.
And in these places, I know it for an experience. If the price is right, the girl is gonna go for it, because we're talking about extra money, and you're young only once.
Right.
So you gotta make all that money. You wanna have a little car. You wanna have an apartment. You're not gonna do that. You ain't gonna be dancing at my age now. No, you gotta make it while because it's only a certain
Exactly. You only got a certain time of your
It's
youth.
like the
your prime.
boxer. He has his glory
Exactly.
time. Then he gotta hang up the gloves and retire.
Right, and it's crazy because some females, I'm gonna choose my words right. Some females think that this lasts forever. Their youth, they're gonna get the same attention, or they have the same attraction even when they surpass
Now I don't have
late
it.
30s, 40s.
Now I'm over the hill, way down the valley, but I feel young at heart.
Right.
And I try to keep up, with the modern, what's out there with the music. I'm back to the days where my music is unforgettable.
Right.
And me and Mrs. Jones, and God bless you. You make me feel brand new. But now I gotta be with I like the way you work it. No diggity.
Right.
I got to give it up way, because I can't stay in the past.
Right.
The generation, and I'm in the older, but I gotta keep up with the young.
And with that song you sung, you still behind, because that's like in the 90s.
I know.
So you gotta get with the
Wait, I listen to the radio a lot to find out what's on WBLS. What is it that's going on right now? And I gotta learn a little bit of the lyrics while I'm out there in the hood with my homeboy and my homegirls. So that, but look at grandma. Oh, she knows all that.
Yeah.
And, this is a modern grandma. Because
Right.
I want to fit in.
Right.
I want to be accepted. I want to be approved of. So in my house, this is how it go. I look in the mirror. If I'm not right with what I see, I don't even walk out the door. If the makeup ain't right, if the outfit ain't right, I won't walk out the door, because this is what I was trained for when I went to modeling school, when I took jazz, when I took makeup. And I didn't go to the beauty parlor. I did my own nails, my own makeup. You have certain amount of time. When you're off the stage, you're all sweaty. You got to do the makeup all over. You got to dress in a different outfit. You got to do. You're not gonna go to the beauty parlor. You're not gonna go to the boutique. You got to go in the bathroom or in one of the lockers if the place is, high class, because there are different levels of go-go places. They are exclusive and they are private shows and they are different prices, and there are other little bars that are not so fancy, but you gotta keep up with it. You gotta be ready, because there's a girl doing a set, and when your turn is up, you're up, and when you gotta go on, you can't be, trying. Oh, now I'm gonna fix this nail. Oh, wait a minute, oh, wait a minute. Oh no, I don't want this one. Oh, I want the glitter one. And because go-go girls dress with flashy, glitter, shiny clothes, G-string to grab attention, because it's a show that you're giving for a public that's paying mad money, because a beer costs $1 anywhere. Not in the go-go place. It costs $5.
Damn.
Wow.
So we spoke about age and stuff like that. Was there ever a point where you got aged out of dancing and go-go, where the go-go bars wouldn't take you anymore?
No,
or did you retire from it yourself?
I wanted to have children.
Oh,
and that has a time frame too.
Because exactly.
I was getting to a point where, a woman goes into menopause, and that means that could happen anywhere from 45 to 50. And if you don't get pregnant there, you won't have any more eggs. You won't be able to conceive. So I wanted to have kids. So I had to retire to have, but then after that, I said, well, I have it and come back and have a baby. Nuh-uh, because then
your body changed.
The body, the stomach. What I noticed that. What's this right here? I didn't. This is like something that, because my stomach was real big, and to go back, the skin stretches.
The skin as well.
The stretch mark. You're not gonna look beautiful naked. They're not gonna hire you.
Damn, okay.
Then this is going to need surgery. This is going to need more surgery. You're going to have silicone. You're going to have to do your breast, your stomach. That's going to cost the surgeon. It's going to cost a pretty penny. And what if my little poor old me, I ain't got the money for the honey. I live on a fixed income, welfare, food stamp, SSI, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to need emergency windows, oxygen mask.
So you had to retire from that after having children.
And I had the children. Two girls, 2 boys, and you had the pleasure of seeing them in my camera, in the camera.
You showed me right your grandkids.
My family, the kids, me at 18, and me more fatter when the doctor told me, you got to lose that weight. You can't eat like that.
Yeah, because you had
I was 160 pounds and I weigh 100 pounds.
Wow.
Can you really? You saw the picture.
Yeah, I saw the picture. You definitely had
evidence.
weight on you. Yeah. You definitely had weight on you.
And being that I'm a diabetic, I can't have that, because if I have problems with my sugar levels, and if I eat all this junk and I'm fat, I could get a stroke, and then I could be, half of my body can, and I don't want to be disabled,
Right.
It's not that I'm going to live forever, but I want to live functional. I don't want to, be an old lady that somebody's changing my shit, that I'm plugged to a machine. I tell my children, I want to die an old lady, warm in my bed with a family member holding my hand until my last breath, not in a hospital where somebody's going to press the button and I don't know who this nurse is. That's really sad. You know what I mean?
No,
I hope you feel me. You understand me.
I don't.
And this is what I don't want to be in a nursing home, because I've heard that they hit them, that they don't change them. Even babysitters, I heard that
hitting kids and stuff like that.
You got to be careful with who's taking care of your kids. That the baby doesn't talk, they could shake them, they could hurt them, and the baby could have. So I've heard of babysitters killing the. What are we going to do? It's crazy.
Right.
So I don't want to be an old lady that they're going to not change my pamper, that I'm going to have rashes, because I've heard that they don't even change them, that they'll hit them, that they'll...
Right.
No. I don't want to be in a nursing home. I want my kids to take care of me when that time comes that I'm near the end, for them to be with me, and they agree to that.
Okay,
because I
nice.
have a life policy. If I die, I don't want to be a burden. So they extract this money directly from my SSI, whether I want to or not. So whether I want to or not, if I die, you know how much a funeral costs? $10,000. Where are my kids that live off the system, that are poor? Where are they going to get $10,000?
Exactly.
So I have a life policy at $35,000. They put me down with 10, and the kids will take care of bills and other things that stay around. And this is Mutual of Omaha. I'm talking about the life insurance. And it's only $20 a month.
Nice.
What is that? You spend that at any damn thing and any freaking thing. So there, I don't want to be a burden to my kids. So they'll say, wow, mommy thought of me. Because why? Well, if they were rich, but they are very poor, they're struggling, they're studying, they're working. They don't have that kind of money.
Right.
Why would I want to be a burden to my kids when there's something that exists that's called life policy?
Exactly.
And some of them are affordable.
Yeah, exactly. So, you still struggle today, which is why you're outside now.
Yes, I
walking the streets
didn't
and
get
stuff.
my food stamps. And
Oh, wow.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
And I don't do dope or drink or weed. And I won't deny that maybe on a weekend, maybe I'll take a little puff of a weed. Marijuana is legal, but it doesn't work with me because I got asthma. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't drink. And
So
maybe in the discotheque, maybe, because you gotta be fit in. They'll tell you, hey, take a little hit of coke. Maybe I'll take a hit of coke. So even now today, but only in a blue moon, because if everybody's doing it, if I don't, then what's wrong with you? You feel like, well, what's a little? It's only one. I won't take more than that, because drugs with my medical problems,
It's not going to mix, right?
It's not going to mix with my drugs. The milligrams I shoot, it's a pen. It's not a syringe no more. I crank the units. I press a button and it delivers the insulin. I got to shoot insulin 3 times a day. 18 units of Victoza, 35 units of Limonir, and Humalog. I can't do it. I can't be doing what the other girls do.
Right.
And I feel for them.
You don't need to be doing it anyway.
But I feel
this
for them.
stuff.
These girls are dying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a grandma. I did all my cocaine and my hustling, my jumping around when I was 17, 18, 19, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 39. That was it.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to have kids, and I could go into menopause, and then I wouldn't be able to have.
Exactly.
I didn't want to. I wanted to have it myself.
Right.
Because now you can adopt, or maybe you can fertilize an egg, or no. But I wanted to have my own DNA.
Exactly. So, have you had any traumatic situations happen out here on the streets with dates or just in general? You talk about
people lower me down because they'll look at me and say, "Why would I give you $40 or $50, lady? When you're old, you see that girl over there? She'll do it for 2 bags of dope, and that will." And you're old, and she's like only 35, and that will. Not everybody will want an old lady, because why would you want to go out with an old lady when there are young ones out there? So I feel left out, so I gotta make an effort to look better, to look beautiful or sexy, because the competition is very tough.
Right, you're right.
And I'm a senior citizen.
How long have you been walking the streets?
Well, this happened 3 years ago when my husband decided to leave me for a younger girl, and that traumatized me, and I got stress, anxiety, and according to my psychiatrist, I have a bipolar depression, but I'm not a schizophrenic. Mine's is emotional. It's about crying because I don't want to hurt myself or others, but I have stress, anxiety, and I take medication for that. This is what my husband wanting a younger woman did to me, because we lived together 20 years. The kids are all from the same man. And for him to do that,
that's wrong.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I don't understand why people don't stay together anymore. Now the husband been 40 years with the wife. Now he goes with the bitch, with the younger female that he found, and break a happy home. When you marry, you say in health and in sickness forever. Nobody stay together anymore.
No, that's ridiculous now.
Can you feel me?
I feel you.
Parents, grandparents. Now my father's gonna get divorced because my grandmother has a boyfriend. Ain't that?
I know. That's crazy.
You know the seriousness, because when you took the vows, you said it was forever. It ain't forever anymore.
Nah. So even at an older age, you guys having relationship problems. Me being younger, I know how it is out here. It's crazy.
And you know, what am I going to do? They're more crazy. There's so many people with mental problems out here, and they're not getting the help. No. And they're homeless, and there are shelters, and there are places where they can go, because here in Newark, anyone that says it's hungry because they want to, because they are these places where I go. Let's, for example, by the federal building passing City Hall, there's a place called Social Services. They give breakfast, they give lunch, you can bathe there, they got clothes there, you can charge your phone. Damn. They give you clothes. There are a lot of places, but they don't go. I don't understand the mental state of some people. They're even talking to themselves. They don't bathe. It's like,
I've seen it.
Men, old men, younger men, for months, years. I met a man that told me that he didn't bathe in 6 years.
Damn.
The man was white, he black. He said that the mosquitoes wouldn't bite him. They wouldn't get.
But you said the mosquitoes will bite him and do what?
Because the pores are so dirty. Even the bugs won't bite him. I bet you go out there and they'll bite you. They'll bite me, but they won't. I don't know what is it, the dirt in the pores or something. Seriously,
it's not funny at all.
They won't. I saw the man told me that as he see everybody going like that, and they don't get even near him.
That's unbelievable.
He don't change clothes. You know how much that booty smells?
Oh man.
He doesn't change. He doesn't. And they get on the bus, you won't believe this. And people start, you won't believe this. And the driver, sometimes people are going, and they got to get the person off the bus. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
I can't believe some people are comfortable with this. They have places that, like you said,
all over Newark. You don't eat because you don't want to.
Exactly.
You don't bathe because you don't want to. Even if you're homeless, there are places where they got showers, where you bathe there, where you charge your phone, where you eat there, where they give you clothes.
Crazy.
In Newark. They're calling me, but I'm busy.
Okay.
So don't even. I'm in an interview, and if this person didn't call me before when I needed them, and now I'm hungry, maybe I'll get for a donut and a coffee.
I'm going to feed you once we leave out here and pay you for your time.
I don't need them. I need this man, this young man that's in front of me, that God bless him. He should get a raise. He should get a Christmas bonus. He should get a better position, because this man is making an effort to take the message in real life from anybody. And I'm just a person that was walking down the street, an old lady that's trying to make ends meet, and he stopped for me and he told me about this, and I'm hungry. And I didn't get my food stamps. And thanks to this young man,
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to be, God bless this young man, his whole family, because I am hungry and I'm going to eat because of him.
Thank
And
you.
I really appreciate him.
I'm gonna
And
feed you,
God
don't
bless
worry.
him. And God bless him and his whole family. A beautiful, sexy young man that I wish I was 40 years younger because
Thank
I
you.
would marry him. I would tumble for you.
I
I'd
appreciate
do all
that.
gun for you and so much more.
So we back. My phone overheated for some reason, but we're back. And you was giving me some nice compliments and stuff like that,
You
which
deserve
I
them,
appreciate
son.
it. I appreciate
You
it.
could be my grandson. You
Right.
know it. You know it.
So before I forget, can you sing for me? Can you
Yes.
you still have the vocals?
Well, I'm not a professional singer,
Mhm.
but I do my singing in the shower, and for you,
Okay.
I would do.
I
would do it too.
appreciate it. Let's hear a song.
So here it goes.
Okay.
You won't go to heaven if you break my heart. You won't go to heaven if you break my heart. Oh no.
Aw,
Ain't that something?
thank you, thank you, thank you.
God bless you. You make me feel brand new. I sing this song for you. Make me feel brand new.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much.
And I really appreciate you, son. It's been a pleasure meeting you. And I, from the bottom of my heart, because I was hungry and you gave me to eat, I don't want to cry because I want you to see in me how appreciative I am of you. And anytime I see you, I'm going to bless you. I'm going to pray for you, for you and your whole family. You're a very intelligent young man. They got to give you a raise.
Thank you.
Because this office and this air conditioning out there, it feels like 90 degrees.
Right.
And in here, I feel like I'm in a hotel 4-star.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, son,
Thank
from
you.
the bottom of my heart.
And thank you for giving me your
Estelle
time.
Maldonado really appreciates
Aw, I
you.
appreciate that.
And I want this message to get to the whole community. I'm from Newark, so people can see that if you have a goal, reach for it. Say to yourself, this will be mine, and you're going to make it. This young generation, these are the leaders of our future, and I don't know what they're doing in the corner, killing each other. I don't know why the elderly are putting in the grave their grandsons.
Right.
This is so sad.
I agree. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I feel your pain.
It's sad. I want it to be different. I love Newark. I love my city. They're building all downtown. We have so amazing things here in Newark. For example, we have where the singers come, the NJ Pack.
Potential Center,
We
NJ
have
Pack, right?
we have all we got Ruffles, the university. We got
The airport. We
the
got
airport. We
New Jersey
have
Transit.
the
Station.
Branch Brook Park where they conduct the cherry blossom
Right.
every year.
Every spring, which is beautiful.
I'm not available. I'm here available for my friend for this interview.
Thank
I
you.
feel so humble. I hope that my message, I'm just a poor old woman, it reaches the hearts and the souls of the young people and the old people, because look at grandma at 66.
And you look great.
Even though my grandkids say I'm a ridiculous old lady, that I should knit, sew, get a hobby, a dog, a cat, I don't think so. I feel young at heart, and I want to look modern, but they want me to dress like an old lady, but I don't feel like that. Oh my God, God bless y'all.
But you got any last words for your kids and your grandkids?
Well,
Give me
to
your last
my
words.
kids, I love you with all my heart. Lisette, Christopher, and Juan David, and Marian, because I have 4 kids, and the grandkids, Mariela and Joey. So, and the great grandkids, because Denise, because I'm a great grandmother, and they don't have much time for me, but only a text. I don't want to take your time. God bless you. It's in the Bible. You will honor your mother and your father if you want your days to be long in this earth. It's one of the 10 commandments. But gee whiz, if that's the way you feel about me, I'm good. I was a mother and a father to these kids. The father abandoned me for another woman. I had to go outside, get cans, recycle batteries, air conditioning in a junk car that I used to have, so I could have money for my kids, because I had to go on welfare and welfare, looking for this man for the longest time, but he don't have a license. Where are they going to find him? 20 years passed, and the city of Newark and the system helped me to raise my kids and my little set selling of scrap metals, because I'm a junk lady too. I used to sell scrap. The money is there. People don't make money because they don't want to. If you find a battery of a car that's in the street by the edge, you know that battery, you take it to the recycling place, they give you $14. They put the acid back in, and they sell it again. Air conditionings. You know how much they give you for an air conditioning that you found in the street? $20. Cans, copper, and everybody's garbage is my treasure, because I used to sell it.
For your kids and stuff like that.
For my kids. I love you, Lisette and Christopher. God bless you. It's in your conscience. I cry every night because I don't know why my kids don't approve of me. And I try to be the best mother that I could. And I still love you. Mama loves you. You'll always be my children. I don't care what age you are. I'm your mama. And look at how it goes. I'll always love my mama. She's my favorite girl. I'll always love my mama. She brought me in this world.
Give me a hug.
I didn't deserve it. I was good. And now I'm left out. You know, they don't invite me to the, like to the Christmas thing, or because they think I'm going to make it seem that I'm going to be ridiculous. And it's not like that. When I go to the appointments, I go according to what I don't dress. I'm going to the food stamp place. I'm going to the doctor. I'm going to an office. But of course, if it's nighttime and I'm going to the disco, I'm going to put my bling bling.
Right.
My shiny shit. My wig, my makeup. But if I'm going to the office, if I'm going to church,
you look presentable.
I'm going to look like a lady.
Right.
It's going to be to here. It's going to be nice.
Right.
Because I dress accordingly to the place. I'm going to the swimming pool. Of course, I'm going to wear my bathing suit.
Right.
I'm going to the church. I'm going to dress like a lady.
Right.
It's so sad.
I'm sorry.
Okay?